The man who profited from ground zero. They say lightning never strikes twice, unless you know exactly where it's going to hit. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, the world stood still. The Twin Towers crumbled. Chaos, smoke, screams. But while America mourned, one man walked away untouched, and billions richer. His name, Larry Silverstein, the real estate mogul who, just 6 weeks before the attacks, signed a 99-year lease on the World Trade Center. Price tag, $3.2 billion. The towers were outdated, laced with asbestos, bleeding money, to most a nightmare investment. But Larry, he saw opportunity, because days after the lease, he added a little-known clause to his insurance policy: coverage for terrorist attacks. It wasn't in the original deal. 60 days both towers were gone. And Larry, he walked away with a $4.55 billion insurance payout. Let that sink in. He insured 2 aging towers against terrorism, then skipped work the exact day of the attack. Why? Because, allegedly, his wife told him to go to a dermatologist appointment. That last-minute change saved his life. Coincidence? Maybe. But the deeper you dig, the darker it gets. Larry didn't just insure the buildings. He insured each tower separately. When the dust settled, his legal team argued 2 planes meant 2 attacks. Double the payout. Controversial, but successful. That move alone got him an extra $1.2 billion. But here's what really cracks this story open. WTC-7, a 47-story skyscraper. No plane hit it, but it collapsed anyway, straight down, into its own footprint, in under 7 seconds, like a controlled demolition. And guess who owned that building too? Larry. In a 2002 PBS interview, Silverstein said this: "I remember getting a call from the fire department commander. They weren't sure they could contain the fire. And I said, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and we watched the building collapse. Pull it. That phrase has echoed for decades. In demolition lingo, pull it means bring it down. But you don't pull a 47-story building in a few hours. Controlled demolitions take weeks of prep, wiring, mapping, timing. So was WTC-7 rigged in advance? If so, when and why?" Silverstein's team tried to walk it back, said he meant pull the firefighters out. But firefighters had already been evacuated. There was no one inside when it fell. And this wasn't just any office space. WTC-7 housed the CIA, the Secret Service, the IRS, the SEC-NYC's Office of Emergency Management. Many of these offices held files on major Wall Street cases, including Enron and WorldCom. All of it gone. Let's talk about routines. Larry reportedly had breakfast daily at Windows on the World, the restaurant atop the North Tower. His children worked in the towers too. But on September 11th, none of them showed up. All 3 absent, saved by a last-minute doctor's appointment. Again, coincidence or choreography? Let's zoom out. Who is Larry Silverstein? A real estate tycoon with serious political clout, chaired the United Jewish Appeal, tight with Netanyahu, connected to governors, senators, billionaires. After September 11th, he didn't slow down. He sped up. Rebuilding plans launched almost immediately. He got more contracts, more cash, more power. Today, richer than ever. Meanwhile, the public was mourning, and the money quietly funneled into defense, surveillance, homeland security. Trillions moved behind the curtain, and Larry stood center stage. Here's where it gets real. In 2000, FEMA flagged the World Trade Center as a high-risk target. Vulnerabilities in structure, a bullseye for terrorism. So when Larry signed that lease and added terrorism insurance, what exactly did he know? Because the towers had already survived one attack. 1993. A truck bomb in the basement. Huge damage. But they stood tall. So how did 3 towers collapse in a single day? Hundreds of engineers say it's impossible. Fire alone doesn't explain it. Say that out loud? You're crazy. But here's the truth. Silverstein bought crumbling towers, added terrorism coverage, missed work on the exact day, collected billions. That's not theory, that's fact. So ask yourself, did he get lucky or did he get the call? You be the judge. If you're awake, join our underground channel. Link in bio. Your silence is their weapon. Use your voice.